So, a very warm welcome to the second live streaming session uh, of Introduction to Technical Analysis on the platform of Market Insights powered by Vantage. And here we will be starting soon, as much as the viewers are just joining in. Namaskar, everyone. Welcome. Today, the session is going to be very comprehensive one. It is going to be very basic yet very essential, very important. Somebody who might say that this is very basic stuff, but this is absolutely essential stuff, which we are going to go through today. So, really happy to have you all here, and we will begin now. Okay. So here we are on the presentation. As we all know, I just created this one. So introduction to technical analysis by myself, Mohammad Abu Tarab, the analyst from India at Vantage Markets. Okay. So today's agenda is going to be very wholesome, as well as we are going to go through a lot of basic stuff, which will go a lot of in the long run. It will be very helpful for you guys, and how it is going to be very beneficial and how it is important. That also I'm going to teach you that why to understand these things first and then to jump onto any other advanced thing. That is very essential because nobody tells you that. Okay, these stuff, nobody discusses this kind of stuff. So we are going to discuss this kind of stuff first and then progress into the more advanced stuff. So basically there is going to be a hierarchical study, a very systematic approach to understanding technical analysis. Now for today's agenda, I have selected some of the basic topics like types of charts. We are going to cover only four types of charts, which are very essential. And one of the most important, one of the most used, and the most popular type of chart, candlestick chart, and how it was formed and why it is important. What interpretation does candlesticks give to us? That is also very important, which we are going to see today. Next is live trend analysis. Trend, we basically are going to cover from the previous live stream session. If you all remember, I had taught you about trends, right? That market does is not random. Market works in trends, right? It goes in trends. The price action has certain trends. So what kind of trends there are and how to analyze them in the live market, that we will see. Next, how to draw trend lines. This nobody will teach you how to draw trend line. You might be drawing it anyhow, in any manner, but how to properly identify, properly spot them, and how to make useful trend lines. Useful, that is very essential. Sometimes we make trend lines and those are essentially broken, and something else is going on in the market. So that means our trend lines are not valid, are not correct. So I'm going to teach you how to make correct trend lines in a very systematic approach. We are going to go in a very systematic and stepwise approach today, right? The next thing, channels. What are channels? How to use channels and how to trade in a channel. If we are seeing a channel in a particular stock or any particular currency pair, how to use that. So that also we are going to see, and live market analysis. So just a brief recap of what we have understood in the previous session. If somebody is new here, just a brief recap of what we had done previously. So we understood that through Dow theory, we get the basis for the technical analysis. And Dow says that market discounts all information. That means we have to only study and focus on the price action and nothing else. If the price action tells us that it is going to be bullish, that means we are going to buy. And if the price action tells us that there is a bearish trend in the market, that means we are going to short that particular stock or currency pair or that commodity. It works everywhere. It even works in the crypto market. So we have already seen it previously. So if you want to study in depth, I have already taught this in the previous live streaming session. The next one is the market has three trends, as we already know. The primary, secondary, and the minor. The primary has three phases. Very essential, this one. This is seen anywhere and everywhere: accumulation, participation, and distribution. Okay. Last one that you have to remember, very important: volume must confirm the trend. This is very essential. How to confirm a particular trend? I have made the trend. Okay, I have made the trend line, but I've also identified and spotted it very correctly. I've followed every step that I'm going to teach you today. But how to confirm that this trend line is absolutely flawless, that is absolutely perfect, and it is going to help me while I'm trading. So the only thing that will help you confirm the trend is the volume. And how it is going to confirm? When the volumes are increasing, no matter what kind of a trend it is, uptrend or downtrend, if the volume is increasing, that means your trend is correct. It is not a fake trend, it is a correct trend. Okay, we have already seen this previously, how we are going to how we basically analyze and confirm how the trend is correct or not. Next, trend remains intact until and unless clear reversal signals occur. This was the fifth principle. And the last one, that history tends to repeat itself. You see the third point here? History tends to repeat itself. This is very essential. It is the basis of the as we have seen here, that it has assumptions. The field of technical analysis is based on assumptions. So this is one of the essential assumptions that we are going to keep in mind while we are doing any form of technical analysis. Okay. So history tends to repeat itself. That was the last point. Now we are going to go back and just start with our first topic, that is types of charts. Okay, let me just share it with you guys. Okay. Okay, this one is better. So we are starting this up. So is it visible, everyone? Yes, it is. Okay, let's start. So you can see in front of you. Let's just delete everything first. Okay, you can see in front of you the Vantage Pro Trader terminal. Vantage provides this terminal, which is absolutely amazing, and it works, and it has so many tools to work with, that most of your analytical and trading requirements are fulfilled in one go. So today we are going to see how to analyze this particular thing. So we will start with the most basic kind of a thing. I'm taking the okay. Okay, this one is our chart. So this one is called a candlestick chart. But first we are going to see the most basic of all charts, that is a line chart. Now all of you can see this particular line chart. Okay. This is the daily time frame, and this is a line chart. Okay. So this is the line chart basically, and how is it constructed? That is the first question. So how it is constructed, sir? It is constructed based on the closing prices of all the time frames. So usually you can also select it for other types of prices. So all the prices that you are getting, here, that are being reflected in this line, is basically a closing price of that day. If I'm selecting the daily time frame, so what does it tell us? It tells us that in a continuity, it shows how the price is moving. So here I can see that there was an uptrend, but here it went down and it consolidated in this position. Then it went down, took a support at the previous low. Look at this, how precise this it is showing us. Okay, this one is not required. So let's select a horizontal line from here and draw this one. So currently it is on support. The gold price is on support here. Can you see this? Yes. So this is the line chart, very basic chart. Usually it is not recommended that you follow this chart while you are trading or while you are making trades and analyzing the market. Usually we use different types of charts, but line charts has its own advantage and utility. So you may ask, what is the advantage of line chart, sir? Any form of indicator, right? Any form of indicator that you have, let's say any momentum indicator like RSI. You build it up, you see a line chart. No matter if you are keeping it candles or bars, this you cannot change. This you cannot change to be any other form of a chart, right? You cannot make bars in RSI. So any form of indicator tells you, and it uses a line chart in order to represent itself and its values, right? So line chart has its own utility. Now you know how line charts are important, right? The next type of chart that we are going to go through is the bar chart. Now, what is bar? Bar is a Western chart. Okay, it was not developed by any Japanese person. It was developed in the Western era. Okay. Now, what has happened in the bar chart? Let us take one example. Let's just take one example and just segregate it. Okay, you can see a single straight line here. Everyone can see this line. Okay, that is good. On the left side of it is the open price, usually the open price, absolutely. So this will be the open price. This small tick here on the left side, it is the open price of this bar, of this time frame. Time frame is daily. That means the movement was this much, and here it opened. The price opened at this point. Okay, on the left side wick, that is a open. The next thing that there is the close level. Okay, you look at the green wala bar, okay, not the red. So this was the close. On the right side, if there is a tick, that means it is the closing price. Now here, obviously, it is the high. The highest the price has been. Okay, this is the highest value that the price action reached in this day, on this day, which day? 7th March. Okay, and obviously this one is the lowest. It is also called low, right? So it is the lowest value that the bar has gone through in this day. This is called a bar chart. Now notice that this is a green bar. Okay, this is a green bar, not a red bar. Okay, that is why I have drawn open down here. On the left side it is open, okay, and on the right side it is closed. So it opens from this point, low high, it goes low high, and then it closes at this point. Okay, so it closed above the open price. That is why this is a green bar. Understood? And the exactly opposite is right here, the red chart, the red bar that you can see here. It is the exact opposite uh, of its neighbor bar. So you have seen a green bar here. It is the red bar here. So open was here, high was here, low it went all the way here, and it closed at the end of the day at this price point. Okay. Oh, you can see all the values up here in this range, OHLC. Okay. Now this OHLC are the most important values. Every indicator, every form of analysis of a candlestick or any form of price action strategy is based on OHLC data. Maybe OHLC data or HLC data, every indicator, usually most of the indicators used only this. And if it is volume based indicator, so it uses the volume. That is why we consider OHLC data and volume data as one of the most important data that you can get. Okay, that you can get your hands on. So basically this is the bar chart. Okay, now what is the utility of bar chart, sir? It is very similar to the candlestick chart. Okay, now what is candlestick chart? You will be very amazed when I will explain to you the candlestick chart, because candlestick was developed in 18th century, in 1700s, and today it is the most famous type of chart that you can see in the market. Almost every trader, almost every analyst, almost every person who is basically investing in the market, he follows the candlestick chart. Okay, the only difference between bar and candlestick chart is the bar is the western type of chart, and the candlestick chart was developed by a Japanese person. Okay, so now we will move on to the candlestick chart. Okay, this one is the candlestick chart. Everybody knows much of this, much of the idea that you have. So if it is a green bar, if it is a green candlestick, the open is here at this level, where this real body, now this rectangle is called real body. Okay, and the ups and downs you can see VIX. It's also called We have wicks in a candle, right? Wicks or tails or shadows, you can say anything. Okay, and these are the wicks, shadows, and candle tails. And the other thing, this whole rectangular body is called the real body of the candlestick. Okay, now real body corresponds to the trading movement, and the highs and lows corresponds to the trading range, right? I will get back to this particular line. So this is the high, we know that. This is the close, we know that. Why it is above the open? Why it is above the open? Because it is a green candlestick, na? Right? So open will always be below here. Okay, nobody will tell you this, like, you know already, but this always you have to understand it as this will be the open, this will be the close. In terms of red candle, if it is a red candle, then this will be the case. Again, the OHLC data is being used. Okay, this is the procedure of candlestick chart. Now, candlestick, one of the most essential part of technical analysis, was developed by a person, very smart guy, very outstanding person, I would say. He's known as the Munahisa Homa. His name was Munahisa Homa. I want to take this person's name because he is such an amazing person. Munahisa Homa. Okay. So he is considered the father of candlestick charts, as well as he also developed other indicators as well, and other, not indicators, but the Heikenashi chart was developed by him. Multiple candlestick, Japanese candlestick patterns were identified by this person. So back in 1800s, can you understand, when there was no terminal like what we are seeing in front of you? He was a rice trader and he built all these. He built the technology of today, of 2022. He built in 1800. So you can understand what kind of a person he would be. And that is a very great, amazing feat that this person has achieved by creating such outstanding, discoveries. This is the candlestick chart we have already seen, and we have almost completed everything today, every type of chart. Other charts are a bit, I would say, advanced. So we will cover that later. One last chart that I would like to show you is the baseline chart. It's also called mountain and baseline chart. Okay, just like there is an iceberg in the ocean. There's an iceberg. Everybody has seen Titanic movie, I suppose. Yeah. Okay, so you have seen that iceberg is here. It is in the green range. Now you can adjust this level. Okay, this level you can adjust at 50% of whatever requirement, whatever level that you want, you can adjust this level, and you can see what is the current position of the market, if whether if it is up above this level or it is up below this level, so as to understand where the price is supposed to go, right? You can find a support level, you can find a resistance level, and you can put this baseline chart to understand when the price was above this level and when was it below this level. Now if you're considering the current price situation, so we are almost at this level, and some most of the time it was like this, and prices were down here, they touched somewhere here, sometimes it went here, and then it went again up. And this was, we are talking about gold here, so we had a very good rally here, and then it went all the way down. Okay, we are seeing a line chart. Okay, in the mountain and baseline we see a line chart in the background, and we see a level which we can decide in order to understand where the market is currently. So this is the last type of chart. Okay, these are the types of charts that I wanted to discuss. Going ahead with today's agenda, we are going to do the trend analysis. Okay, what is trend analysis, sir? We have already done it, we are getting bored by it. Absolutely not. Trend analysis is one of the essential components, I would say. Remember the word essential. I'm saying essential, not important. It is essential. Without trend analysis you cannot work in the market. If you don't know the what is the primary trend of the market, what is the secondary trend of the market, where is it exactly, is it in the secondary trend or is it in the primary trend, you will not be able to be called an informed trader. You will be just be playing in the dark, right? You will be just be gambling with your money. So what we will do is we will start with uh, trend analysis. I just want anybody to just put up any form of currency pair or whatever you need, so we can take the analysis there. The first reply that I get, we will take up that particular person's suggestion. Quickly, everyone, just put in whatever you want, which uh, pair you want to see to be done a technical analysis on. Shamir, okay, you can't see anything. Is it visible now? Okay. GBP JPY. Okay. Okay. The first reply is GBP JPY, obviously. So let's start. We will take up GBP JPY, the first one that we have got. Pound yen. Okay. Okay. So the first step in trend line analysis is whether to basically which time frame to select. That is the question. So you can do trend line analysis only on the daily time frame. You will do it on only daily time frame. You don't have to go anywhere else. Okay. And the next thing that you can see, the next next step will be that you must have a time horizon, a data horizon of at least 1 year. So if I'm seeing the current price here on 5th July, I must be getting from July 2021. That means this at least 1 year. I'm at least, I would say. I can take more in order to understand better where the price is headed. So I can add up more and more data. It will go back till 2022, till 2020 also. But at least 1 year of data I must be able to see in order to take an informed decision of whether it was what kind of trend I'm seeing. At least 1 year data. The next step is basically to look at the chart first. Just have a look on it, how it is working, where it started. So just join the leftmost point. Which is the leftmost point? You see my cursor here? It is the leftmost point, and join it with the rightmost point here. Don't join the last point. You don't have to make a swing high, low and swing high. Okay, just the leftmost line, and just draw a horizontal line from here. Okay, understood. This is the second part. Understood? Okay, done. So let's just take this point where I'm starting my trend line analysis, and I'm just making imaginarily. Okay, I'm just making a line here. It is an imaginary line. Okay. Now what I can see is the price started going up from here, and currently where is the price? It is above this imaginary line. Okay. So congratulations, you are basically knowing that the current price level is bullish, and the current trend might be uptrend. Okay, might be. Why? Because this is not a correct trend that we can see here. Okay, there is not a clear trend here. Although we will have to shorten the time frame in order to make a trend line in this case. Okay. Next step to draw a trend line, a perfect trend line, is to uh, join the left and rightmost points, and always look where the price is headed. If it is up above this horizontal line, above this imaginary line, then it might be an uptrend. If it is below, it will be the exact opposite. Now here we can see that the price touched this support level. This is basically the support level also. Multiple times it has been tested. You can see here multiple times it has been tested. The price tested here, it went back up. Price tested up, price tested up. So this is a very important level in pound yen. Okay, this is a very important level. The next thing that we are supposed to see is from where the upswing started, and it maintained itself in that swing. So this is the point, because previously we don't see any kind of a continuous growth continuous upswing we cannot see, continuous increase in the prices we are not seeing. So we can start our trend line analysis from this low. Always remember that if it is an uptrend that you have spotted, you will always join the lows. What you will join? You will join the lows in case of an uptrend, and you will join the highs in terms of a in case of a downtrend. So I have joined the lows. Okay, this is the lows I have joined. And one more tip that I want to give you is always keep this magnet on. You can see this magnet. You can keep it on weak magnet so that it basically touches the low point while I'm doing this. So I don't have to zoom in and zoom out every time I want to click a point. Okay, so this has already been on the low level, low point. So we have joined this particular levels, these two levels. Now, for a trend to be exactly perfect, we need at least two touch points. Okay, to make a line we already know that we need 2 points to make a line. So this is the two lines that this is the two points which I have joined. The another thing is that we need certain confirmation points as well. Okay, we need certain confirmation from where the price has basically rebounded from. Okay, so if this swing started from here, it went all the way down here and then somehow it reached up back here. But this has not been done. This is not the case currently in pound yen. This was not the case. The price took a support here only and it went back up at this point, isn't it? So this is not a perfect trend line, I would say. Okay. Another important thing that you have to note that the degree of the angle of the trend line must be at least 40, somewhere around 40 degrees, 45 degrees. You see, when you fly, so basically the takeoff needs to be very smooth, right? So the takeoff must be very smooth, almost around 45 degrees. So 30 to 60 degrees you can get. But if it is lower than that, that means that is a flat trend line, flat. So we cannot judge that trend line to be correct. Okay, so both these criteria are not being followed here. Two touch points I'm not getting confirmation point. I've already seen this uh, in the overall market. Okay, so I've got multiple touch points here. So there was a sideways movement in this particular market until this breaching point. There was a resistance here. There was a breakout from this resistance. Okay, this candle, you can see all these candles, right? See this candle, this was a breakout point for this and then it went up back again. Now you will see that, sir, exactly this is taking support here. It has taken support here, multiple 1 2 3 4 5 6 candles have taken support here in this range. That means this was the resistance in the past. Why I have said the history repeats itself, very important line. The history was this price was history 1 2 3, right? And then here it took a support. This is called change in polarity. Okay, we will do the next session on support and resistance, in which I will explain in depth how to make a support, how to identify supports, how to identify resistances. But in brief, basically the resistance has turned into a support. In this case it breached this point, but we had to have a confirmation point here, right? Right. So we are supposed to make a trend line here, but we cannot make a trend line, a meaningful trend line here. Okay, although there might be some people who might say that 18-degree trend line is okay, sir, no worries, we will trade based on that. But it must not be the case. It must be at least around 30 degrees. You have seen a flight takeoff at least 30 degrees, so that not much turbulence is happening. Another very important case, it should not be very sharp like this. Okay, so I'm joining this particular line and making a trend line in this situation. Okay, in this situation, again, this is a 62 degree. This is way sharp than required. This is very steep trend line. This is also not required. Okay, not a flat trend line, nor do we require a sharp steep trend line. What we require, a smooth trend line. Okay, so this is not a very good example. Okay, this is very not a very good example. We'll take gold, evergreen gold, and we will try to see. what kind of trend gold is in currently. So let's just have 1 year of data in front of us. Okay, this might look a bit uncomfortable, but I will just zoom in later on. So what I have taught you, the first thing that you have to see is make a horizontal line, April, from this point. I've got July here. Okay, perfect. 1 year we have got here. So make a point from here, make a line from this particular close, and just make a line here. Imaginarily, imagine it. Just do that imagination. Make a line here. I suppose my cursor will help you. You can have this particular line. Now, where is the price headed? It is on the price. It is on the line, right? So again, we cannot say we have got a very good primary trend here. We have spotted a very good primary trend. No, sir, we have not spotted any primary trend here. Okay, because it is a very choppy overall session in the gold market. Okay, but when you will zoom in, when you will see the recent price history, we have seen a very sharp uptrend in this particular case. Now note this current level. Note this current level. I will show you how it is testing again and again. Look at this support. Look at this resistance. You can see everyone. Okay, it has gone back to its resistance, tested, and then it somehow went up. Okay, and there was a very sharp uptrend. This is called a very sharp uptrend. This is a sharp one. Okay, you can see the bars. Let's just see the bars. How many bars we have got? We'll just see the how many date it has surpassed. So from this point to this point, we have seen 17 bars. In 17 session, we have seen a very good upswing from 1803 to the high on 7th March 2069. $200 difference. $260 difference. $66 difference. That is how sharp it was in 17 bars itself. Okay. But then a bearish momentum started. And how it started, look at this. It took 67 bars to retrace to this level. It took 67 sessions to retrace to this level from where it up started, right? So this is how the case is. Wherever there is a sharp uptrend, you cannot trust that uptrend. You cannot take a position here. Looking at this candle, this is a very strong green candle. You cannot take a position here because anytime the price can reverse. It's a choppy session here, right? So you have to be very careful. And in 67 bars, the price was able to retrace back at this point. 119 days. Here, 32 days. This is market. This is how the market functions. Nobody knows where the market is going. S- The, the growth of 17 sessions was covered back in 67 sessions. 67 bars basically means 67 sessions. Okay, this is a daily candle, right? So this is the case in gold currently. But when I start from this high and I join the current value, can I get something out of it? Can I get a trend out of it? Again, this you see that the price is going down. There is a unidirectional flow downtown. It is going down, right? So what will happen in this case? We will join the highs of the candles. Let's join this one. But it is somewhat a choppy session here. I will update my trend line to the latest point where I can get a very good interpretation. Now this is accommodating everything, every candle. Very important rule. I will write it here. Please note it down. We do not want real bodies above or below the trend line. Okay, we do not want real bodies above. If I have got a wick above, if I have touched this one, say for example, and there is a wick above somewhere, if there was a wick of a particular candle, uh, if there was a candle like this here, which went all the way up like this. Okay, so I could have considered it to be a proper trend line. But if the candle was like this up above here, if the candle breached it, if the candle was like this up above here, above the trend line, okay, so just consider it that this is one of the candles that have gone above the trend line. Then I would have considered it to be a faulty trend line. This is not a correct trend line. But if the wick is above the trend line, then it's fine, no worries about it. You can consider it to be a correct trend line. Okay, so right now we are at the support, which was previously also a support and resistance as well. So we are at this particular point, but we have to note that we are basically faring very below. Okay, we are faring very down to this support level currently, right? So the support is at 1803, but we are faring at, see the current scenario, we are faring at 1879.67.81. So we have already breached this, but this is not a very good, very strong candle. Okay, it might reverse back up. So we need to confirm, we need to have confirmations. And how do we supposed to have confirmations? Volume it won't show. Okay, don't worry about it. I just cancel it. Just go back to the trend line. Okay, now this trend line that I've drawn is perfect trend line, almost a perfect trend line of a downtrend. The downtrend started from 8th March. It tested on 18th April. It tested this trend line. Now note that trend line is also acting as a resistance. Okay, trend line is nothing but a resistance in case of a downtrend, and it is a support in case of an uptrend. Okay, so that is also very crucial point. Trend lines, that is why they are very important. They serve as very crucial points of uptrend, of support and resistances. Correct. Now I have seen this third confirmation point, which means this is a perfect trend line, two touch points and one confirmation. Absolutely correct. The degree is also 27 degree, so I can consider it. Okay, basically if I am increasing this now, if I'm taking this to a valid level where I can see every single candle properly, then I'm getting it to be 33 degrees. Then it is fine. Okay. So what we can understand from this particular thing. So gold, I'm just giving you a very basically analysis of the gold for free right now. That gold is currently in a very bad situation, because in the current future, in the near future, we are going to get multiple data in which the countries are going to increase their interest rates, and that is what is going to happen with gold. It might break this support, and it might lead to another support somewhere here down. We have to see that support here somewhere. This can be a support in that situation. Okay, so there is a bearish momentum in the market of gold and almost every commodity, to be honest. Okay, so there is a bearish commodity. The next support can be 1769. Okay, but if miraculously something happens, this is market. If a miracle happens and something happens which might trigger this price action to breach this trend line up, so we might also see a uptrend here, or we might just see a pullback here and then again it will fall down. This can also happen, but the situation is not like that. It is usually, we can short the gold from a long term perspective, from at least a month perspective, right? It is going to go down. So this is gold, and we have seen that there is a downtrend in gold. Now moving on to the next topic that we need to basically cover is channels. Okay, so if I'm seeing this, if I have made this trend line, can I say that these lows, if I'm seeing these lows also make a line, I can make a trend line here also. Can't I make a trend line at this point using these two touch points? Okay, and we have got a confirmation here also. This is a wick, so it is allowed. So can't we say that there is a parallel channel This is called a channel. Channel are the 2 points, 2 lines that basically restrict the movement of the price action. Okay, these are the 2 lines. Now, I don't have to make these 2 trend lines as such. I will show you one very good, very smart way of making a channel. You see, in this particular tool, you can see a parallel channel here. Can you see this? You select this point, you go to the high, whatever high you want, this, and just make a trend line. Okay, like connecting two touch points and getting a confirmation back here. And just select the down point from where you need this point to cover. And go into the settings, go into this setting, and just click on this extend right line. Okay, now you can see how well this parallel channel is working along with this support level. Obviously, this parallel channel is working absolutely fine. So if I've joined this particular, if I have made this uh, uh, parallel channel using these 3 points, I know that after testing this level it will go down. I have chosen only these 3 points, 1, 2 and 3. I've got a parallel channel. So in this range I can say, even today I can say that it will be going down. So it will help me in perpetuity until and unless the price breaks out of this parallel channel and makes something else, make any other channel or make any other trend line or any other trend. So this is being tested again and again. Look at this. I have not used this touch point. Okay, it has touched again. It has went down. Now why it has not went down all the way, sir? Here, because there was a very strong point here, na 1803. I've already shown you. It is a historic level, right? So multiple times this has acted as resistance, acted as support in the previous history. So again, this is a very important point, right? So some people would also tell that there is a triangle pattern. This is how we draw patterns. Okay, we just draw the trend line and then we can see that some triangle pattern is being made. Okay, okay. Wait a second. Delete this. I will also show you how a triangle pattern can be seen here. Okay, so we have seen a almost a triangle pattern here, right? There is a support down here and there is a basically a parallel channel, but it is acting in a pattern which is almost similar to a triangle, symmetrical triangle. Or we can also say, somebody might also say that this is a wedge. So this is how everything is based on trend line analysis. Once you analyze that there is a trend, there is a trend and I have made a trend line, then only I can see and understand how different other advanced tools I can apply on this chart. Okay, so this is the current scenario of gold. Understood? Now I will just take any other option that Euro USD has been put up. So let's just find and work on Euro USD. Okay, this one. We are just doing trend line analysis. We are not going to consider any indicator for now. For now, I'm saying, okay, this one is a good one. Euro USD. Obviously, this is one of the most major pairs, one of the hottest pairs in the market, right? And I have got 1 year of data very conveniently. It is 9 June, and currently we are faring at 5th July. So, what we can say about this line, how to spot a trend, sir? I've already taught you. Remember, you have to always go step by step because this is a mathematical, almost a mathematical operation. Okay, how we solve a mathematical problem step by step. So there are marks on this every step. Okay, so you don't have to basically leave any step around. Make an imaginary line from the leftmost point and continuing in perpetuity in the right direction. Okay, so I've joined this candle and I've made a line in my imagination, in my mind. Now, where is the price faring currently? Where is it? It is absolutely down. Okay, so what do you see, sir? You see a downtrend here. Now I know what is downtrend. I have to join what? I have to join the highs. Let's just select the high somewhere here, which is convenient for us to make a trend line. Not just that we have to just select anything. Okay. So is it correct, sir? This trend line, sir, is it correct? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. It is incorrect. Why, sir? So you can see multiple real bodies out there which are breaching this trend line. Okay. So what do I do, sir, in this scenario? You update your trend line. Okay. You update your trend line in order to accommodate for all these changes. What you will do? You will make a trend line which is basically getting accepted by the price line. So there was a trend here also. Here also there was a downtrend only. But the movement sharpened here. The movement started to become steep at this point. Look at the degrees. It has started to increase this. I should have taken one more trend line in order to explain you a better way. So let's just take this point and okay. Let's just take this point and this point. Okay, okay, okay. What's happening? Okay. Right? This was what was made previously. This is 23 degrees, this is 37 degrees. Okay, so more proper is this one. The new one, the steeper one. Okay, this one is better. So I shall delete this. I have updated my trend line now. Why? Because there were multiple consolidations at multiple points here. So it is not making sense. What I'm going to see is this particular line. At this particular recent price range, there was a downtrend. Okay, and I've got almost everything. Every rule has been followed. The two touch points are there. There is a confirmation point, and no real bodies are above this trend line. And this is a downtrend. The degree is also healthy. Okay, the angle of the trend line is also healthy, 33, almost 30 degrees, right? It is healthy angle, and we have seen a downtrend, and it is almost abiding this trend line. Okay, that means in the future also it will abide by this trend line. Any other thing that you can notice here? Anybody? What I've just taught you. What will you get if you join the lows? What will you get if you join the lows here at this point and this point? Can we get something? Can we join these two lows? Am I supposed to get something out of it? Let's just take this point and take this point. Am I supposed to get something out of this? Is it a channel, sir? Yes, obviously it is a channel. But how, sir? How to make a channel in a better way instead of this? Almost this is not looking good. So let's select our parallel channel. Okay, select this point and make this point. Okay, this is a very strict channel. Okay, that is why we have seen a real body messing this up. Okay, so what we can do, we have to accommodate all the real lines, and we have to accommodate this point as well. Now is it looking better? Now is it looking better? Yes, sir, it is looking very better, right? Now it is faring at a level which is almost new level in this particular line. Okay, what is this level? The current price range. Let's see if we have got any supports in the future in the history of the price chart. Can we get any point of? No, absolutely not, because the price has always been up. So we can say that this is the latest low. This is the lowest in history of Euro USD. If we are going to go back, we might find something, but it will take some time. So don't worry about it. We can say safely that in 5 years, this is the position where the euro is the weakest. Okay, and it is currently going in a downtrend. It has went down, it has taken support at this point, went up, tested this trend line, again went down, took support on this particular level, then again took support, then went tested this trend line, again went down. So this is a very crucial situation of euro USD. What will happen, sir, in euro USD, you might ask? Again, the answer is very simple. We might see going down to this point in the future, right? And again flipping from this might take a support, again go back to this trend line. Okay, so mm, we will get basically a constant movement in this particular thing. Okay, once the price action touches the high, it goes down to the support level, then again it tries to breach the trend line, then again it tries to go down. We have not considered any fundamental factor yet. Why I'm saying this, that this there might be a decrease in the euro USD because of the fundamental factors. The European Central Bank is not decreasing, it's not increasing the interest rates in the magnitude that America is increasing its interest rates. So America is aggressively increasing interest rates. On the other hand, European Central Bank is not aggressively increasing its interest rates, right? That is why there is a depreciation in euro and appreciation in USD almost. Because previously also they have started a 75 basis points. They have done an increase in the interest rate, but the ECB is very careful in terms of increasing the interest rates. So we might see that this parallel channel will be respected until and unless there is some news in the market. Okay, which might cause it to fall down or which might cause it to fall go up. Okay, so it will be in this range. Sir, how will this help me? How will these two lines and this range help me? Obviously, if you are trading on a shorter time frame, if you are trading in a shorter time frame, you know na where the supports are, where the highs are, where the lows are, where you are going to take a trade, where you are going to avoid a trade. It is on the 50%. This is the 50% middle line. So you cannot say whether it is going to go up again, taking support from the middle point, or going back down. Look how it has taken support here on the middle point. Look how it is acting. You can take so much from it. You can take analysis more than you can ever imagine. Okay, that is why this is very important. It has always been above the middle range. Again here it has taken a support and a resistance, and then it has broken out. It has taken support in this range. So if you're trading in a smaller time frame, if you're a day trader or swing trader or scalper, you know na where the price ought to be. Okay, if it is not breaching the trend line, that is a different scenario. But if the price is ranging in when to buy, when to short, sir, simple. If it is near its high range, it's near its trend line, above trend line, the upper channel is called upper band. So upper band, you know that a short uh, opportunity can come. Yes, and it has come here. You might have shorted at this point, covered your position here. Again, a consolidation. Again, you could have shorted here, seeing the momentum, any other indicator to confirm this particular movement, right? So you know that somehow these three bands, upper channel, the middle point, and the lower channel, it can help you gain a lot of overview about that particular currency pair. Look at this. It has taken a hit at the trend line. It could not break the trend line. It cannot break out. Okay. Here it has taken a support. Look how precisely it is working. It is absolutely essential to learn this. Otherwise, you will be hitting everything in the dark. Okay. You're playing with your money if you're not knowing this. Okay. So this is absolutely essential. It has taken a support in this zone. I'm not saying this is a hard and fast line. Okay. You might understand it as a zone. Zone we will cover up in the next session. The support and resistance zone. That is absolutely mind-blowing concept. Okay. So it will help you understand so many things, because this is what is happening in trend line. If you're getting to know about the support level and the resistance level, how better it would be if you know exactly where the zone is. Okay. So whenever it comes near its upper channel, that means a short opportunity can be made. Okay. Is near, and I can short it. If I'm seeing another very important tip I will give you, see if you see an uptrend in a downtrending channel. This is a downtrending channel. We build this up right now. You have seen this, right? Okay. You have seen this. This is a downtrending channel, obviously, which means the prices will go down. But if you see in an hourly chart, that is there is a very sharp uptrend. Where you can find a sharp uptrend, sir, you can find everywhere. You will find anywhere. Okay. Look, example number one, sharp uptrend, all bull signals. And this is a 1 hour candle. So 1 hour, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. Okay. 6 hours it has been increasing. But once I see a reversal point here, once I use some other confirmation uh, methods, then I can understand that this is the time to short. You must always short in a downtrending channel, in a downtrending pair. Okay, you should not buy, because buying is very, I would say, risky. But if you are selling, if you're shorting in a particular downtrending currency or downtrending any asset, cryptocurrency or stocks, you will see that this will go down. If there is a sharp uptrend, you know that a short opportunity is going to arrive, no matter how. Sir, second example, sir, second example, 3 hour sharp uptrend, some consolidation here, boom, down, right? Again, sharp uptrend, no sign of stopping, but we know that this is a downtrend. We can short in these situations, in these candles, when there is an indecision. Okay, this is indecision candles, small real bodies, big wicks, है ना? This is called an indecision candles. So many indecision candles are being made. You can short at this point, you get the money somehow. And if you wait, if you are a very good person who knows what he's doing, you can average your profit. Okay, so you can sell half of it here, wait for another downtrend, short again here, and then cover your complete position here. You would have got so much money, right? So this is how trend line analysis works, and this is how it works perfectly fine. This is how it gives you insights in either to make a short signal, either to short a particular stock or a particular currency pair, or even crypto. Acha, crypto. So many people have suggested me and asked me to do a crypto uh, analysis. So crypto has been, you might have been seeing some of the charts that I've been making, and this is the hourly chart, so that is why it's looking like this. So always the trend line analysis. Remember this rule, that you have to choose the daily time frame. Okay. Now we are just taking this last high, almost November 2021. Obviously, from where the whole thing started, है ना? The problem started. Now, what is the first rule of making a trend line? Choose the leftmost point, leftmost candle, and just draw a horizontal line imaginarily. Okay, I have chosen this point. I have made a horizontal line, imagination, through my imagination only. This is just for your convenience that I'm drawing this. Where is the current price faring? It is below this. Congratulations, you have spotted a very good downtrend. This is a very good downtrend, to be honest. Okay, now you can select a trend line. You can choose the highest point, the high of the highest candle, that you have to remember. Okay, now I have got multiple confirmations here, one touch point, two, three, four, five, six, so many candles, right? That means this is a very good downtrend trend line that I have made, right? So this is the situation currently. Now, what is happening with Bitcoin, sir? Why is it going down and down? Why is it not coming up? Obviously, because Bitcoin previously was considered to be a digital gold. It was almost said that many crypto aficionados used to push it as a digital gold. You must have some Bitcoin in order to hedge it for inflation, hedge it against inflation. This is a hedge against inflation. Now inflation is increasing and people are running away from Bitcoin market. There are multiple reasons which I have highlighted in one of my articles that will be coming out in this week. You go through that, you will get to know a very insightful and meaningful view on Bitcoin and the overall crypto market, to be honest. Right? Our time is up, but still I just want you to give some more value. So what I will do, I will just delete this trend line and I will just tell you that updated what is happening. What is an updating uh, condition? Updated condition of the Bitcoin. Okay. Okay. So let's just move this up so as to see it better. And okay. So this is a downtrending parallel channel in which this is working. Now look at the middle line also. Huh? Why there is a middle line, sir? A dashed line. You can see this here in the down. This is also supporting. This is also supporting the price action. This is also acting as a resistance here. Look at this. Can't you see this? Let's just zoom in. How important this is. Look at this. This is almost a zone. Okay. Almost consider it as a zone, not a hard and fast line. So you have a brief idea of what is happening in the price action. Again, look at this. It took a support here, went back up. Tested the trend line zone, could not breach, could not break out. Okay. Again, it went down. Sir, we have got a real candle here. Absolutely, we have got a real candle here. But what happened later on? We have to wait for confirmation. A very big bullish line. Why? Because this was a historically support zone. I'm just extending it. Okay. Just draw this line perfectly. You will go back to the history. History tends to repeat itself. You will find out that this was a support here. Okay. Zoom in at this point. See this. Okay. Multiple candles taking support here. Looking at this. Look at this. All are these are daily time frame. Okay. Daily candles. Many candles are taking support here. And then this might be considered as a resistance point here somewhere. So this was the zone that we are talking about. This was somewhat the zone. Okay. This is the historical zone. Okay. The price came in, it made a choppy session here, and then broke out from here with a very strong bullish candle. Very strong bullish sentiment was there. And it has been repeated. What date was this? Let's just see how history tends to repeat itself. The December of 2020, and currently we are in July 2022, and the same zone is where we are getting all these candles from. We are taking a support, we're going back into the zone. Now there it is facing a resistance at this point, isn't it? It is not able to breach this line, this zone. Don't consider it as a hard and fast line. Okay, there is nothing hard and fast in this particular scene. We have to be making room for exceptions as well. So this is how it is working. This is how history tends to repeat itself. So overall view on Bitcoin, it is bearish, and it is going to be bearish for a long time. Okay, because of multiple fundamental factors coming out. You can just follow us on Telegram. Surely we are going to post our Bitcoin and crypto article very soon, so that you see that and go in depth, study about why there is a uh, downtrend momentum in Bitcoin, why it is going down, why the price action has not been able to recover itself after multiple consolidations. Also, it is not able to sustain that levels. So why it is like that? Why is Bitcoin and where it is headed? That is also going to be in that article. So follow us for more, and thank you very much. I've taken 4 minutes extra, and you have been a very patient audience. Thank you very, very much for being here, everyone. Okay, yeah. Thank you very much, everyone, whoever has joined. And I believe that you have got some value from this session. Obviously, a lot of value, to be honest. And just remember that trend is very important. And to end this session, I will give you very important line that trend is your friend. Okay. So you have to treat him as a friend. Trend is your friend. That you have to remember forever. Until the market is live, you have to remember that whatever trend is doing, you have to do it along with that trend. You don't have to leave your trend. Your best friend is trend. Okay. So saying this, I just want to thank you all for being here. Thank you for being a patient audience, and take care, everyone. I hope you have taken a good amount of knowledge from here, and happy trading. Bye bye. Take care.